We start with you. What do you want them to do at the quarterback position?
I do not want the New York Giants to start the season with Eli Manning as our quarterback. It hurts me to say that. I spoke to my father, who's in New York, the other day. We almost cried over the phone about the ending of a great era. We all know what he did, who he did it against. All great things come to an end. The man won us two championships, 8-23 in the last two seasons. He had one of the greatest talents in the NFL there. He couldn't get him the ball to let Odell fly. And next year we're going to be reminded when he's in Cleveland, it's not only going to remind us how great Odell is, but it'll remind us how deficient Eli was. The idea of having a Jewish quarterback in New York City, that would be like a mirage to us. That would be so, like, is this real? Yeah. And if he went 0-10, no one would say anything the first 10 games. We need to move on. Whether it's Dwayne Haskins or the chosen one, we need to move on. Starting the season with Eli Manning, we know exactly where it's going to end up. And I hate to say it, but that's just a reality. And I don't know enough about Josh Rosen's talent. I don't know about Dwayne Haskins. And if we did pick Dwayne Haskins, would he even start the season? No. So we're starting the season with Eli Manning, which is bad, which is gonna get a pounding for Saquon Barkley, who I want the Giants to thank me for coming on this show and Mr. Cowherd's show and insisting they draft Saquon Barkley. You're welcome. Okay, but going forward, I don't know what we're going to do with quarterback. I feel like my prediction is that we're going to start the season with Eli as a quarterback, and it's...
Whether it's Haskins or Rosen, you're starting the season with Eli. We finally agree on something. Go ahead, Skip.
So Gettleman didn't finish his statement about Eli can make all the throws, ... up to 10 yards. He can make them up to 10 yards, right? Because he had his career-high completion percentage of 66%.
Yeah.
Because he's flipping it to Saquon, like 2-yard passes to Saquon, no-yard passes to Saquon, right? Okay. That's how you did 66%. But you're stuck because when he defends Eli, there's a case to be made that he's better than Blake Bortles. He's better than Fitzmagic over a whole season. He wasn't awful last year. His QBR has actually ticked up the last three seasons, but every year he finished 25th. So you're going nowhere slowly with Eli Manning. He's not the worst quarterback, but you're the New York Football Giants, and you're just trying to hang in and hang on with what's left of Eli.
Right.
While I know what happens, they're looking at Brady up in Foxborough saying, look what he's going to do at 42. He hasn't lost anything.
And we beat him in the Super Bowl.
Beat him.
Twice.
And
we
so
got to move forward.
Oh, Eli, he's going to recapture his magic at 37, going on 38. Nope, he's not.
Right.
It's going slowly into the sunset.
But the thing is, Skip, they talk about recapture the magic. Eli was never great. They make it seem like, if let's just say for the sake of argument, Brady has dropped 5% or 8%. Considering where he was, he's still an all-time great. You make it seem like Eli was just lighting it up like, man, I would take Eli over Peyton, I'd take him over Brady, I'd take him over Big Ben and Breed, yada, yada. No!
He had two magical wild card runs. Wild card runs.
Yes.
Where you go on the road and you keep shocking the NFL world by winning on the road. And then you shock Tom Brady, undefeated Patriots. And then you shock him again.
Right.
And you're a made man in New York City. You've got this, right? Till death do you part. Well, that's not how it works.
It's unbelievable because here's the thing about wild cards. Normally, when you go on the road as a wild card, you're underdog. There's no expectations. But what happened when they have the number one seed, they have the expectation. Boom, gone.
I can't argue with you, and I totally agree. Even when we won the Super Bowl, Eli's always been a guy where there's been moments where, what's happening here? At his best.
Yeah.
And he's never been Tom Brady. He's never been this, Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. It's very upsetting. It's concerning, and it's disappointing. But listen, I went nuts when that guy McAdoo the wackadoo, when he insisted on benching him. But you know what?
He was right.
He was right because we should have started then planning ahead.
Oh,
that was the right move.
That was a sentimental. That was living in the past. And aside from Eli, I'd love to know how many remaining Giants were on those Super Bowl teams.
Just Eli.
That's it.
Just Eli.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like at a certain.
So you gonna bring Strahan? You gonna bring Tuck? You gonna bring all those?
Let's Strahan should start.
Cruz? You gonna bring all those guys? Manningham? You gonna bring all those guys?
Yeah, that's what we should do because we're living in the past now. We appreciate everything he did.
But here's the thing: when McAdoo tried to make this move to bench Eli, he got the blessing from ownership. He got the blessing from the general manager, who's Reese. But the fan backlash was so great, they went back the next week and inserted Eli into the starting
The way he
lineup.
did it. It was the way he did it. But he was right. He was right, Shannon. He was right. I hate saying
Let me ask you a question. How do you do it? He was just trying to keep Eli's streak alive. He knew Eli was washed.
And Eli knew it too, because you know when he was crying, he knew it was the end. And I love Eli. But, so many, bring back Terry Bradshaw for the Steelers. Forget, it's like we can't live in the past. He's the only remaining guy from those. We have the rings. We have the memories. We destroyed the Patriots, not once. Oh, no. We destroyed them twice. I could have that for the rest of my life, Eli. We'll retire your jersey, all that stuff. But we got to move forward.
I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but Josh Rosen is not the long-term answer. I don't think Dwayne Haskins is the long-term answer.
I agree.
I like Will Grier as the second-best quarterback in this draft, but I'm going a little out on the limb. You'd have to close your – would you take him at 6? It'd be way too high. You might be able to get Will Grier in the second round. So, again, I would try him before I'd try the other two guys, but the truth is – you're pretty stuck.
You just know that 10 isn't the answer.
That is correct.
No.
Sorry to end on that note, Michael.
Why? Why do you have to hurt me like that? Why?
I'm sorry. We started with LeBron. You had fun there.
I had a great time with that.
Yeah, you have no problem hurting me.
No, I had no problem with that.
You had a good time. It's always so nice to have you with us.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.